Hello? Hi, everyone. There's noises going off. Turn your phone off. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me this Thursday night. It's very rainy. The window has to be shut. It's really loud. Maybe we'll have to change that later on. So, this is going to be something a little bit different. It starts right this second. But, yeah, it says Mage Night, doesn't it? This isn't Mage Night anymore. Marty. He had exited, but I think he is just. You can see him there preparing the Marty cam. Moving down a little bit there. This is how he prepares his seating area for the night of sitting there looking disinterested. This is probably the most of his face that you'll see. He turns away. Hi, Monica. How's it going? So yes, this is. Yes, he is preparing his Marty nest. Padding a dressing gown with it in his mouth. That's just what he likes to do. So, yes, Quacks of Quedlinburg. I played this and played through it probably 3 years ago or so now. It's a fun push-your-luck game from Wolfgang Warsch, who did Ganshet and Clever and Taverns of Tiefenthal and The Mind and loads of games seemingly all in one go. He had one amazing design day and just made all of these games up on the spot. How it seemed anyway. So yes, this is a game where we are making potions. We have, symbolizing our stock of ingredients, we have these bags, and we will be drawing tokens out of this bag, putting them in our pot, hoping to make the best potion, to buy better chips, to earn victory points, and not blow up. If we blow up, it's bad. You don't get as much stuff. So something a bit different that I'm trying tonight. We'll see how well this works. I've never done anything like this before. I've done, roll and write games where I do a pre-recorded playthrough and then you can play along with that afterwards. But I thought what we can try and do tonight is, and this was suggested, this wasn't my, I can't take credit for this idea, although I don't know who suggested it. So we'll see how well it works out. That there will be a Team Marty. Where is Marty? Well, that Marty's there. But while he's otherwise engaged, look at him. Knows he's being talked about. While he's otherwise engaged, we can have his glass avatar there looking after the overhead cam. Is not best for a little glass Marty either. You don't get the joy of that expression. So it'll be me trying to play as normal, and then, hopefully, whether you've played Quacks or not, there can be Team Marty made up of everyone watching that would like to have a go at the game. So you'll be on a team. I don't know quite how this is going to work. We need somebody to be a captain of that team, of Team Marty. Because while everyone can have their say and suggest things and stuff, what you should buy, argue over whether you want to push your luck further or not, someone needs to make the final decision. I need to see someone's word as, yes, do this thing. So would anybody like to volunteer to be the captain of Team Marty? And hopefully someone does, because there's going to be trouble if no one wants to play along. We're going to have to change everything. Hi, Zach. Hi, Georgina. Hi, Gemway. How is it going? Yes, he has a lovely dressing gown nest. If you're just coming in, he's left the room. If you're just joining us, sorry. Well, we hope that he returns later on. But yeah, Marty has flown the coop for the Marty cam for now. But we've got his lovely glass avatar down there. So you don't need the game or anything like that. I have all of the game stuff. You can see what you're going to do. Oh, that's actual Marty, isn't it? What about... I've got two scenes named Marty. That's how that's not going to work. This scene has to be Marty PB. Yes, scared him off. And I just need to change my button so that it takes us to Team Marty player board rather than the Marty cam that is sadly absent of a Marty. for now. Hello, yes, Quacks. This is Quacks. So Quacks of Quedlinburg. I've got the Herb Witches expansion as well. I've just kind of thrown stuff together. I've never played with the expansion, but it's more of these books and things to play. But also there's some witches. If I press the witches button, you basically got a coin for each of these witches. You can activate their powers once in the entire game. But yes, who would like to be the boss? Genway, you're being nominated. Hi, Jasper. Yes, there will be. We're doing Quacks tonight, and then tomorrow in the daytime for me, 3 o'clock is it? BST. I'll be doing Isle of Cats as well, and then that is big live anniversary week. Lots and lots of streaming this week. But yes, so if you're just joining us, I'm going to try. It does look like Valley of the Alchemists as well. Oh, I played through that once. I've noticed that I've gotten to the stage where I keep forgetting a load of games, and then sometimes names will come up, and I'll be like, I don't remember that game at all. Hi, Jamie. 3 p.m. Ah, well, yeah, that's more the time that I'll be playing games normally. I thought we should throw in some nighttime streams, so some more people, or some people that maybe wouldn't get to watch it in the daytime for me can watch at night maybe. So yeah, I'm going to try with this copy. Will it switch now? Yeah, there's my player area. There's Team Marty's. Move him so he can sit on the overflow cup for the pot. So all the game is just set up on here. You don't need to have the game or anything like that. All you've got to make the decision of, I think, if I'm remembering Quacks properly, is do you want to take more tokens out of the bag, and what do you want to buy? We've got all of the powers of the things up here. Yes, there's going to be me and hopefully team audience. Jenway, would you like to take Monica's nomination up? Oh, Marty's back. He's suddenly very cold. I don't know where he's been. It's quite warm up here. Yes, I'm on fire this week. There's a lot of. Well, I didn't know it was going to be quite so many hours of streaming. I didn't know it was going to be quite so many hours doing Mage Night. But hey, it was a fun stream. She watched Let's Plays of the Gallerist and Lisboa to decide which one you will buy first. Which one was it? Have you decided which one to have? Regina, you're playing with your own copy at the same time. So we can compare scores, because it is kind of a separate game anyway, isn't it? You'll see because chips are unlikely to run out. You know the witches that are out here. So yeah, we could just do it like that. Hi Joel, how's it going? So we may well have to do it like that if no one fancies being the boss of the audience. Who wouldn't want to be the boss, right? But I don't know. This is trying something new. We'll play along. Well, I suppose playing along is if you've got it at home. Play with streams? I don't know. I thought we can try it out and see if it works out. Hi everyone. Hi everyone joining. Update on Multicam. It's not a very flattering view, but he is back in here. There he is. I decided with the Gallerist. Yes, I would definitely agree. That, well, you never know how it's gonna shake out, because Rach finds Kanban the most straightforward, makes most sense to her. She thought the Gallerist was harder to wrap her head around, whereas I thought the Gallerist had a bit less going on. But there is something about the production line of Kanban that makes it make a bit more sense, that makes things flow a little bit better. So we've got some basic pots in here. If you look at my player board, the basic bags at the start of the game have got these tokens in here. White basically does nothing. It progresses you along. You want to fill your pot with as many things as possible to try and get the most points and the most money to spend on other chips. We also have green and orange tokens, and they might do different things. Usually there will be. So if we look at the shop for what's just been put out this game. Orange doesn't do anything. You can buy some really expensive 6 chips for orange, but yeah, other than that, they don't have a particular power on their own. Green wants to be, and you don't have any control of this just yet, but green wants to be the next, the last or the second to last token that you draw out. So maybe if you draw your green, you'd want to stop. If for every one that you've got on your last or second to last space, you get to roll the bonus die, which can get you some fancy things like moving this token along so you start further along here. So the actual core of the game is going to be that you draw tokens from this bag and say, if I draw a 2 here, it would go in the 2 space. It moves you 2 along, essentially. If it's a 1, it's just 1. There's 1 3 in here somewhere that move you along loads. But while your aim is get as far in this as possible, fill it up as much as possible to get the most benefit. If you go over 7 in total white chips, and you will get some more later, if you go over 7, you will explode. And when it comes to the time when we get to earn points and buy new chips, you have to choose between them. You don't get to do both like everyone else that was good and that was frugal maybe and didn't keep pushing their luck. And there's a roll of the white die to be won. You can't get that if you blow up, but you do have a little flask here that you can use. When you draw a white chip out, you can use your flask up to pop a white chip back in the bag. So it still could come out, but it gives you a little bit of a breather. You can't do it, though, after you've exploded. The witches for this game, I mentioned there's a coin for each of these witches. We each have a coin for each of them, and they were randomly put out at the start of the game. You can use the coin of the corresponding witch just once, a one-off for the entire game, and it tells you when you can use them to do their powers. So in the buying phase, you can use the bronze witch here to one of the chips that you just bought, get it again for free, which, that could be one of these that cost you 18 or 22 or something. So that could be pretty big, especially since you're only allowed to buy 1 or 2 things around. So that's another thing, and it could be a really expensive one. The witch allows you to kind of ignore the fact that your pot exploded once, and you get the full bonus as if you hadn't exploded. And the gold witch, at the end of the round, in this round, we can pay jewels to get bonuses. It usually costs 2 jewels to do any of these things, 2 rubies. But here it just costs you 1 each for 1 round of the game. So you might as well get them spent, because I don't think that they do anything at the end of the game. But that's one of the main things that the expansion adds. It's just there's this option of using some powers throughout the game. The other thing is it comes with more books, so more variability, because it's still got the same colours of stuff. This is a new one here. I can't remember the name of that one. There is a new type that you can buy, and you can choose to ignore it. Is it taproot or something? Just go by the colours of them usually, but this is kind of, let's go pink flower. So yeah, it comes with more types of things, the witches, and that's it. There is a brand new expansion, actually, which I did have a chance to get, and I was thinking at the time, well, I haven't got Quacks anymore, and I don't think there was like normal copies of the game available. So now I wish I'd gone, yes, I'm actually going to get Quacks in about a month's time for a stream. So that's basically what you're doing. So in the phase when we are drawing from our bags and putting things into a pot, you are deciding, okay, here's what I've got. Am I going to draw another token out? Kind of in normal play, it could happen at the same time, but here, I don't know, just take it in turns or something. So you take them out, decide, are you going to keep carrying on? If you've bust, you have to stop. Otherwise, it's up to you when you stop. And then the other main choice is what to buy with your money. Should you be eligible to buy anything? Because you might want the point. If you bust right at the end of the game when you've gotten quite far, you might just need the points rather than anything else. Yes, that is exactly right, Monica. Kaboom! That's what you're faced with if you get too greedy and push your luck too far. So, would anyone like to represent Team Marty, or was play along not a good idea? I think Genway has been scared off by the prospect of being the captain. Monica, would you like to be the captain, or Georgina, rather than playing your own copy, or you could replicate it in your copy? Would you like to play along with this? I know it's seeing it through a kind of internet lens rather than just having a copy. We needed Paul to bring his technology so we can. That was all done with Skype though, and Stream Ninja and mad things like that. Ah, thank you, Georgina. That is a relief. It doesn't. I understand. You don't have to come to a stream and play along. Monica, you don't know the game. Oh, that's fair enough. But you can still help out. Everyone watching, you can still, pass on your judgments of what you think should be bought or whether we should push or not. But yes, your gracious captain for Team Marty is Georgina, who is, and I think it's likely. I tend to. I'll try not to be like different and conservative about it. In push your luck games, I tend to just push my luck way too far, and yeah, sometimes that can be full of massive rewards. Sometimes it can be terrible. So we have at the start of a round. There's 9 rounds in the game, and different things will happen at the start of each of these rounds. In round 1, I don't believe there's anything special. Yes, there is a lot of pressure to win this. So the first thing we need to do, it doesn't matter who's first player or anything, does it? I have a player aid about, but I've made it disappear. I think it says give it to a person, but maybe it's just so that everyone can see a card. We reveal one of these, and it's going to give us maybe a special power or give us some tokens right now. So the purple is an immediate thing that we get to do. So you can either choose to move your droplet 2 spaces forward. So your droplet, like if you have never played Quacks as well, I'm going to explain all of it too. I've explained a lot of it already. But yeah, moving your droplet forward means that your first token that you draw starts after your droplet. So the further you can get this along, it takes a bit of the, you're starting in a better position. You're starting with more money or points. Taking a purple chip. Oh, purple aren't out yet, are they? Oh, wow. Okay, then. So, purple, I haven't put them out here just because they don't come out in the game just yet. But I will ready them just in case. So if we look in the shop here, they weren't the sides that got drawn. I've just flipped them over. No. Yes. I should just left them that side, didn't I? So, oh, was that right? Yes, that was right. Okay, so add together the victory points of all fields that were covered by a purple chip and buy up to 2 different chips of that value. So the purple things kick off after the round is finished. So some things will go off as we are drawing the chips. You can see these colours here, blue, green, and purple, happen at the end. Whereas other things, their value changes based on other things that have come out. They'll let you draw more chips and stuff. So that is quite nice. It's a 9 value chip for free. It's good to start getting some of those. I'm not sure actually, Jasper. Is it possible to take the purple chip if they are not even in play? I don't know. It surprised me, I'll tell you that. Yes, like getting that purple thing early, it's going to be round 3 before you can get one of those. But, if it states you can take a yellow or purple chip, you can only do it if that is uncovered. So, we haven't got a choice here. Okay, so our benefit is move your droplet space 2 spaces forward. Because we can't take purple chips because they aren't available yet. But I've shown you what they are. If you have some overarching grandmaster plan that involves buying these yellow or purples, there we go. So we've done that. Rat tails we don't have to worry about until future rounds. We don't do those yet. So how should we do the drawing? Should we just do it 1 person each? Yes. Oh, I should have waited for your decision. Actually, Georgina, yes. But yes, Marty goes for the droplet. I like this idea of Little Glass Marty having other people to speak through. So, right. I will, like, normally in the game, it doesn't matter. You're not kind of... It encourages you in the last round to maybe do it one chip at a time because, you know, it all might come down to something in the very last round of the game. But generally, you'd just be doing this by yourselves and seeing how you go on. So let's have a look at. I'll do mine first then, and then we can do Team Marty's. So I've drawn a green right off the bat. Not great. I could stop there, and then I would get to use the green's ability because it wants to be the last or next to last. Oh, so I could keep going. I would get no points and 4 money because it's the next number that you can see. If I can push just one more though, I would get an extra money and a ruby, which I could then start spending on things. I think I've got to go a little bit more. Oh, don't worry, Jasper. It stopped us getting the game wrong right off the bat. So this is a 2. So we basically skip a space. I'm not on a ruby space, but I've now got a point and 6 money. And I would get to roll the bonus die once. No, I've got to push my luck. Okay, so that's 4 white already. So there is a white 3 in there, which I have found. Okay then, so that I've not bust because I'm on 7. So basically, I have a 1 in 4 chance or 1 in 5 chance of not busting. So 80% chance of busting. So I will stop there. Unfortunately, not going to get the green power or anything. But there we go. That's where I'm going to start. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't have a solo mode. Although someone was saying, I think yesterday, that it's got a user-made one. I've never tried that. Hi, Michael. How's it going? You have missed some explaining of Quacks, but we'll still explain it all as you go. Have you played Quacks? Yes, we've just started. I've done my draw. So it's a decent start, I think. I would like the green to have come later, but yeah, it could have been worse. Okay, Team Marty. I'm going to assume that you're going to draw 1, right? And you may even have to draw 1. I'm not looking, I promise. Should have an extra camera on showing that I'm not looking. We should get Marty to go and point at things. Okay, so you've started with a white 2. Would you like to continue? We'll see how far the lag is here as well. I've got it set to, you know, low lag, so hopefully it's quite responsive. I think there is an unofficial solo mode. I did see something solo as I was scrolling for a player aid on BGG. Keep going. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so there we have the green 1. So you'd still get your bonus if it was the second to last. We're going to keep going again. I don't know how you would have solo. And again, so you got a white 1. So that's 7 money and a point. Oh, is it a good... Jamie says it's a good solo mode. I'll have to give it a go now that I've got it. And again, so giving up the green power as the same as I did. It's a white 2. So that is 9 money, a point, and a ruby if you stop. So how you bust, Michael, is... if you see down here, if your white tokens go over 7, you bust. You have to stop drawing. And later on, when we evaluate this round, you get points and money. If you bust, you choose between points and money. Not so much of a big deal early on when you're just giving up 1 point, but later on in the game, you could be giving up loads doing that. And also, the person who went the furthest gets to roll the white bonus die. Even if you went the furthest, you're not eligible for that if you bust. Keep going until you're at least 6. Okay, so you're at 5. Oh, so you're not safe, but yeah, it could be. So I'm going to keep going until you're at least 6. There's only 1 token that could bust you. Okay, then, so now you're at 6. That's 11 money and 2 points. That's the same as me. What happens if we tie? There is an overflow bowl as well, which I think is a bit a bit optimistic. We all roll if you stick. So you could. Are you going to stop? Okay. You could push to stop me from going, and I could have used my flask up as well and put that 3 back in there. Maybe that would have been something to do, but I didn't do that. So we move on now. Yes, I think it's a good idea to stop. So we move on now to evaluation. So if we look at the scoreboard here, it tells us all the steps of evaluating a round. So the first thing is the person who went the furthest gets to roll the bonus die. We tied. We went the exact same distance in our pots, so we both get to roll it. Do we? Yeah, we roll it each, don't we? Yes, I think we each roll it. We don't just one person rolls it and we both get it. So I get myself 1 point. Nice. I would have liked something else there. And I was going to say, does Team Marty want to roll? But I suppose that's the point, isn't it, of me doing it here? 2 points. Okay. You can also get on the die. You can get yourself pumpkin is pumpkin token. You can get yourself a ruby, and you can also, where is it? Advance your droplet marker along, which would be nice as well. So bonus die done, and then chip bonuses. Blue. No one's got a blue. Neither of us had our green at the end or second to last. And purples aren't out yet, so we've got nothing to evaluate. Yes, Team Marty is in the lead. Then, rubies. Did we stop in a space that would give us a ruby? No, neither of us did. Then points. Neither of us bust, so we both get points and money. If you bust, you would have to decide now which one you want. So we each get 2 points from that, so quite close by. And then it is buying. So we've each got 11. So I'll zoom in on the shop, and we can look at the other powers that I haven't really talked about yet. So black is one that will go off at the end of the round, and it's to do with everyone evaluates their black tokens, basically. The player whose last black chip is the furthest ahead in the pot gets to move their droplet. The player with the black chip second furthest along gets a ruby. That can be the same person that gets both of those things, especially if they're the only person that's bought a black chip so far. Red. Every red chip is as valuable as the value indicated on the highest one in the pot so far. So as soon as you've drawn a 2, for example, all your other reds are at least a 2, even if you only draw 1s. Same for 4. As soon as you've drawn a 4, everything else red becomes a 4. We've seen green. Blue. Depending on the size of the chip, 1, 2, or 4, you draw that many chips from your bag, and you can put one of those in your pot. So a bit more choice. And then the flower, the expansion one, and this can be different things as well. The value of the chip is 1 higher than the number of rat tails in the pot. Maximum 4, though. So rat tails, if we come over to the scoreboard here, are a bit of a catch-up thing. So if the player in the lead has a rat tail between you, you get to put your rat tail marker that many spaces forward to give you a bit of an advantage. So the flower chip is worth 1 more than your rat's tail. So good for the person that is a bit behind. And yes, as Judgment says, these are not in the game yet, but this is what they're going to be, if you would like a look. So 11 money. It's tempting to make a bit of a start on reds. So you can buy 1 or 2 things. If you buy 2 things, they have to be different colours. So is there something that costs 6? Because I am tempted to start off with a blue for 5 money and a red for 6 money. That's going to be my 11. The red isn't particularly worthwhile now, but I'm hoping to get some more valuable ones in the future. That's how I'm spending my 11. So they will go into my bag. Team Marty, you have 11 also. And you've got the exact same things in. So Georgina is the captain of Team Marty and will make the ultimate decisions. But if you've got some suggestions as to how you would like to spend your 11 cash, speak up. Be known. Black, I think, for sure, especially since I have not gone for black, I think that is a very good move. Because as long as it comes out, you'll get both rewards. So maybe that's the player order thing. Because I know someone has the deck. Just make sure I'm not skipping anything here. Yes, yes, yes. Buy chips. And then we can spend rubies to either... It's 2 rubies to either advance your droplet, many times as you can afford, or refill your flask. Neither of us have got any rubies. So that's just going to be that. Next round prep. Return all of your chips to the bag. I will note, by the way, I think I forgot to say this. The Herb Witches comes with a remarkably kind of silky bag compared to the other ones. Everything goes back in the bag. And we go again. So the start player, I'll actually put the deck like by our potions, which is probably where they're supposed to be. But I have made a big zoom in thing for over there. We'll just have to remember. So I can put it there for the zoom in and then move it. So have I done everything for the next round? Put the rat stone next to your flask, because the rat is now in play, but we're not far enough apart. That's the start play marker. Advance the round marker. So for round 2, this little thing is here to remind me that yellow is now in play. Yellow is now available to be bought this round. Not that there is much room for the yellow chips. Yeah, I want to try and zoom in as far as possible so that everything's kind of as good quality as it can be. But it has meant that there is a lot of overlap in chippage. So the yellows draw 1 more chip and add the value indicated to the yellow chip and then put that chip back in the bag. So, yeah, whatever you draw, it's going to move the yellow along more. Apart from maybe the flower, because it hasn't got a value on it. But it does say the value of the chip is 1 higher than your rat's tails. Anyway, so, yes, yellow is out. 3 chips in your bag. Advance the round marker, yellow-green ingredient now available. Okay, then. So, we need to see the Fortune Teller's card. We've had that one. It is now... All players draw 5 chips. The player with the lowest sum takes a blue 2. Everyone else gets a ruby. Okie doke. So, I think maybe Team Marty's a bit more likely because I've diluted it a bit buying 1s. 1, 2, 3. All 1s so far. This is where you want to draw your white 3. 4, 5. I have just drawn 5 1s. So, but maybe that's good. Maybe I want a ruby. I'm still going to get something. Team Marty, straight away you've drawn a 2. So you've won, I think. Yes, you've got 1 more than me. Oh, so I get the 2 chip and you get the ruby. Okay. So a blue 2 is quite nice as well, isn't it? A blue 2 is draw 2 out of the bag and decide if you want to put 1 in your pot. And then Team Marty gets a ruby halfway towards buying a droplet or refilling your flask. And there is, remind you of the witches for this game. So each of us gets 1 use of these witches. You can designate 1 round, half price for moving your droplet or flask for the entire round. Well, for the end of round bit when we're allowed to do that thing. Or double up on a purchase, or still buy stuff when you bust. Okay then, so we've done that. There are no rat's tails between myself and Team Marty. Trying to find the button that takes me there. No rat's tails between us, so I don't get any bonus from that. I'm only 1 point behind. And so then we can move to the potions phase, and let's have Team Marty. Again, you just do this at the same time for the real game, but hey, this is play along. I like this. So I'm going to assume, I won't do it yet, but I assume, Georgina, that you would like to keep going after just a white 1. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Like maybe I should just do the first few. Up to a point where you can't bust. Although maybe, like some powers, you might want to stop at a certain point so that something goes off. Do you want your... Yeah, because your black chip, it doesn't matter, does it? When you draw it, because I haven't got 1 to compete with you. So you are going to get... As long as you draw your black, You've got an orange 1. We should designate a number. What should I say that? Maybe there's no way of doing that. I think for sure you're gonna say draw, but I will wait just in case. Yes, I reckon go, because yeah, there's no up until you can bust, unless you've got a power that you particularly need to go off. Keep going until 5. Okie doke. You have got the green, but yeah, it's not. It's only rolling the bonus die, isn't it? It's likely going to be a point. Okay, there's your black. So that is very good. That's a ruby and move your droplet. So you got white 1 there. White 1. All 1s. And then 2. So now we're at white 5. So you can bust now. So you won't get the green power, but you are risking a ruby and a droplet move if you go any further. I like this. I like Quacks anyway. I like the tension of this delay. What should she do, Team Marty? Stop. I think that black bonus is a good one to come out, and yeah, it's likely, isn't it? There aren't many chips left in that. So 10 money and 2 points. Team Tom, it's just me. And what am I going to get? I've only bought 1s, haven't I? 1 more. Okie doke. How many chips are in here? People are going to call cheat. You still get your things though, don't you? You still get the black chip, so you're not risking anything. All you've done is given up 2 points, maybe. And maybe the bonus die. But your black still goes off, doesn't it? So what I was saying earlier is wrong. You're still going to get the droplet and ruby. You've got 11 money or 2 points. And you can't have the bonus die. But you could. I don't know if you'd want to use it this early. But you could use your ignore the busting witch. But before... Oh yeah, I do apologise. You've got more than that, haven't you? I've just been putting these adjacent. You've got a lot more than I've been saying. You've got 14 or 3 points. So 14 money. Should definitely keep you ahead in black chips, if I buy. Although you've got to go first, haven't you, in buying? We'll see. I'm probably going to bust at a much lower number than that. So let's see what I'm going to do. I liked the pattern of everything touching from drawing all those 1s. So I've started off with 3, 4 white. Not a great start. Some blues want to come out. Here we go. So blue 2 goes out, and then draw 2 chips from the bag. You can't see the thing that I'm looking at, but we've seen it. Draw 2 chips from the bag and decide if you want 1 to go out. No, I don't. I would rather different colours came out. So, although I could just say 3 comes out, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just say that's the end. But I would like, you know, there's a pumpkin in here. There's a toadstool. There is a toadstool. So 10 money, 2 points. Another white 1. So what am I at? 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could bust, but I have got a few things in here. Green 1. So I want that to be last or second last. I could still bust. But your flask, by the way, does it have to be the last white that you drew on the flask? I'm not about to use it, but just so I am using it right. Can you put one of these back? I assume it has to be the last one you drew. I'm going to keep going. It's the 2. Okay, then. So yes, I'm definitely going to stop. Because the green is second to last now. It has to be before you explode. And yes, it is the last white that you drew. Thank you. Okay, so it would have been good for me to do in that first round when I drew my 3. But yeah, we are in the same situation again. So evaluating the score track, the die, we're at the same position, but the last white that you drew. I didn't bust, so I get to roll it on my own and move my droplet forward. And also, we don't evaluate those yet. We're about to. Here we go. In the shop, we now evaluate. Oh, I've been saying blue, haven't I? It's black, green, and purple. So black, first of all. The player whose last drawn black chip is the furthest ahead in the pot can move their droplet, and with the second furthest gets a ruby. The only team with a black chip out there is Team Marty, so a droplet and a ruby. Then that's all black. Green is, for me, it's the second to last, so I get to roll the bonus die for that. And I get a pumpkin. And yes, no purples out just yet. So scoring rubies. Neither of us on a ruby space. Points. Oh, so Team Marty, would you like the 3 points or the 14 money? I get both. But actually, if you don't take the points, you get the rat's tail. So yeah, you do have enough as well. As Ben said, you do have enough to move your droplet in a minute. Yes, I would definitely say better to mark it early on. So that's the next step. So let's go to the shop. Team Marty, what would you like to acquire with $14? And I'm thinking, I'm racking my brains. You will get a rat's tail now, so these are twos. But it's kind of expensive for some twos, isn't it? What adds up to 14? Oh yeah, and the yellows are in now. Just draw a chip, add that chip to your yellow, and then put that chip back. So even if you drew your white 3, that's a good thing. Got a suggestion of yellow and green. That is quite good. You read my mind. Green just because it makes the total. Blue 2 and a green 1. Yeah, the blues are very nice as well, just for giving you options of putting stuff out. And when you want it, like if you drew a green with a blue, you might want to put it back and hope it comes out a bit later. Or as I did, if you draw a load of white ones, at least you can just put them both back. Blue and green. Okay, so that's going to be blue. Is that a blue 2 and a green 1? I assume. You could do, I suppose, a green 2 and a blue 1, but it would be wasting some. So I assume that's what you're going to do. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll pop them on top of the bag for now. So I feel like I've got to get black to stay in this, to be in contention for some of these things. So I think I'm going to go for black and blue. 9 and 5 is 14. Even though I'm very tempted to just get some yellow. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Black and blue. Yep. Okay, so yep, buy the chips. Would you like to spend your rubies to advance your droplet? I'm going to pop everything back into the bags. Ooh. Pop that die back. You want to use the Herb Witch, which would be the Gold Herb Witch, which for 1 round lets you spend 1 ruby a time for doing it. It basically reduces the cost for you for 1 for this round, so you can spend your rubies to move your droplet 2 times. So you're starting out, even if you draw a 1, you're starting out on a 6. You could draw nothing and you'd get 6 money. Okie doke. Or you could hold on. I'll leave it up to you. That is, it's a bold early move though, like the getting the black chip first. So return the chips to the bag. Done. Rat stones. Oh, we do the rat tails in a minute. Pass the start player marker, so I'm the start player now. We'll remember that. Advance the round marker to round 3, when we now discover the existence of the purple chip, which you can actually see on this camera. That's nice. Go for it, yeah. I think so. You've got, in a game like this as well, you've got to just go for it as well, haven't you? Okay, so purple, we did see it earlier, but just as a reminder, you add together all the points of the species you have covered up with a purple chip and buy up to 2 different chips for that value. So that's not necessarily that many unless they come out really far along, because the points early on aren't very many. But it's potentially buying more chips, which, you know, the more you can fill your bag up with things that aren't white chips is reduces your chance of busting. I think this camera has just tilted itself a bit. Let's not turn it too much and see the mess of my desk. You can see the microphone a little bit now. Let's point it at my gob a little bit. Right, yes, yes, yes. We've done all of that. We've put the purples out. Advance the round marker. We are now back to the fortune teller. And what's she going to say this time? It's another purple. Draw 4 chips from your bag. You may trade one of them in for a chip of the same colour with the next higher value. If you can't make a trade, take a green 1 chip. Put all your chips back in your bag. Now, the expansion rules do clarify you're not allowed to do that with the pumpkins. You can't just jump from a 1 to a 6 because they've been put. I don't believe the 6s were in the base game. So yeah, other than that, you're allowed any of these things. So let's get to it. 4 chips from the bag. And you're just hoping, basically, for anything that's not white or orange. 1, 2, he says, as he draws 2 white chips. 3, there's a blue. Okay, that's good. A blue 2 to a 4. So yeah, I could do a 1 to a 2 or a 2 to a 4. I'll trade in a blue 2 to a blue 4. That's pretty tasty. I'm happy with that. They all go back into the bag. Team Marty, you have got 1, 2. So you got there you go. You can do the same thing straight away. You haven't got a choice, actually. So yes, you are trading in your blue 2 for a blue 4. It's I think it's doing a good job of keeping us neck and neck. Although you've got your droplets 2 spaces further than mine, and you're going to get a rat's tail. Oh yeah, yes. Okie doke. So yes, count rat tails. If we look at the scoreboard, there is a little rat tail in between us, which means your means the scoreboard gets all skew with, and your rat token will go on there. So you're starting off at 7. But if we're going to keep doing it in player order, let's see how well I can do. I've got loads of blues in here now, haven't I? Well, I think I've got 2 blues. Saying loads. I'm taking multiple out of here in one go. Just anticipating that I'm not going to bust. It's that kind of cockiness gonna make me lose. Okay, so I've got a black. That is very far back though. But it gets me a ruby if I'm second. Red 1 isn't going to help me out because I haven't got any more. Speaking of Marty, I won't cut away while I'm drawing to stick with lottery rules. I should put the bag in here as well. 2. Another pumpkin. I was thinking, where did I get that from now? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I like that because I can draw 4 out of my bag and put 1 in my pot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I will choose the blue 1. So these go back into the bag, and then I can draw 1 out of the bag, and I may place it in my pot. We're still only at the white 1. I might as well put it back. I suppose I could just draw white 3. I'm going to say no again. Yeah, Marty does love rat tails. He is back in the Marty zone as well, so we can consult with him later. Yeah, there's that white 1 out again. So I'm only at 4, so I can't bust. I might as well keep going. And oh, I've got 2 at the same time though. I was excited that it was a green, but I had brought 2 things out. Okay, so now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could use my flask and pop that back in. I'm at 17 though. 17 money, 4 points. It's quite nice. I'm going to get a ruby, I hope. But what else is in there? I've had my black out. I think I've had both of my blues. That's everything that I've bought. The green is still to come. Oh, but we should save the flask for more things. No, we shouldn't. We should play carelessly. I'm going to throw this 2 back in. I said at the start, I like to push my luck, and now I'm playing all scared. Give it a good shake. And I get, here comes the white 3. No, white 1. So I'm slightly better off. 2, 3, 4, 5. But I can bust now. There's my green. So I'm at the same number, but I have my green now. So I think I'm going to stop there. I would still get... No, but I'll get 2 bonus dice. I'm going to stop. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another 2 in there and another 1. But I don't think there's much else in there. You're not allowed to look in your bag ever, by the way. There are a lot of chips in here. I don't remember what colours they are. I don't remember getting a load of different chips. Did I get another green? I think I did. There's another green in here, isn't there? I drew another green. No, I didn't buy another green. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm stopping. Team Marty. You are starting off only 10 behind me without drawing a single chip. That's not a good one to start off with, though. I will assume you're carrying on, but would you like to flask it right away? Get rid of that nasty start. Up to at least 4. Do you want me to carry on? There is a little bit of a delay, so I will wait. Yeah, I used my flask on. not as extreme a thing now. I think it benefited me using the flask. It's expensive to get it back. It's 2 rubies. Although I do have that power. I want to try and save up some things. Ben's keen on the flask. But will it be better to have it later? You've never used your flask. I know, it's like anything. It's like items in a video game that you just think, I'm going to need it one day. But you might just need it now. Oh yeah, there is a card that will just fill your flask back up as well. And so you want it not there for that card, but you also want it there when things are going terribly and you're going to bust. Flask it is. Okie doke. Flask is used. White 3. Back in there. You can't see the chips, can you? You're never allowed to look in your bag. Disqualified. So we have... There we go. Better start. Green 1. Would you like to stop so you can roll the bonus die? No? I'm going to assume you're going to say no to that. So I'll go until... You said earlier, up to at least 4. I'll go until the whites are up to 4. 1. Another 1. Okay, so the whites are at 4. It's not the best start, but you've got a blue waiting in here. You can't bust right now, though, can you? Because the most that can happen is a 3. Go. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But your next one might not be a white. Just because you're at 7 doesn't mean you should stop. If you did stop, you would get 15 money, 3 points ruby. But all of your goodness, pretty much, including your black, is in this bag. Again? Oh, there we go. Nice choice, because there is your blue 4. So you need to see 4 chips and decide if you would like to pull one out, and there's your black 1. You could put a white, of course, out and make yourself bust, but I'm going to assume, unless you tell me otherwise, that you're going to go for... Oh, you might go for nothing, so that you get the ruby. But I'm going to assume you'd rather I didn't move my droplet and you got to move yours instead. I will leave it up to you. Who's first in this? It's round 3, isn't it? Black. I don't think black wouldn't black give me the ruby because I have it. I have black second furthest, so I would get the ruby. You would get the Team Marty. You would get the droplet. You got both last time because you were the only player that even had a black in contention. But a droplet move is massive. Yeah, it's ruby or droplet. Black. Okie doke. Pop that in there, and it's an extra money. So these go back in, and I'm going to assume you're going to stop there. There's more stuff in here, I'm sure. What did you have? You had a black and a green, so you've definitely got a green in there. Black and droplet. Yep. I think that's a good move. Do you want to stop now? I will. Have a think about what I'm going to buy while I wait to hear back. So I've got 17. And purple is in here now. How much purple costs? 9. Is there anything that costs 7? No. I would like... So they have to be different if you buy 2. I would like to not waste a load of money. I would like 1 more, basically. So with 17, I could buy like another blue 2 and something else. Yes, I'm fine. Just 1 more. It might not be white. 70. Are we with 18? I can't get 2 purple. So I think purples are nice, but they're not going to get you anything if you draw them early. But you've got to build them up, haven't you? If I had 19, I could get a yellow as well. See, nothing costs 7 though, which is frustrating. I could get another red. I could go yellow and red for 16. And then it would be great once I get some better reds, but I haven't been doing that. I think I'm going to go yellow. So that gives me 7 left over. And I'm going to go for just another blue. Yellow and a blue. What I fancy. I'd like some variety of colours. So you are stopping. You have not bust. You have got 18 money. I'm skipping ahead, aren't I? I'm skipping all of this stuff. You can think about what you want to buy. I'll do the steps. You went further along. So you get the roll of the bonus die. And you get... That's a ruby, right? Ruby. Then do our powers. So black for you is move the droplet. For me is get a ruby. Green, mine is last, so I get to roll the bonus die from that and get a point. No one's got no purples yet. Rubies, neither of us stopped on a space with a ruby. Points, we each get 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a rat tail between us. And yes, that brings us back up to date. I'll put you back on the shop. We've got suggestions. A green 2 and a purple. I should have done that. That's 17, isn't it? I can't maths, apparently. Green 2 and a purple. Or a red... Yeah, with 18, you could just get a red 4. It's nice anyway. That's a big move just on its own. And if you want to get more reds later on, it just gets better. Providing that your 4 comes out before your low-numbered ones. What would you like to go for with 18 cash? And I can do this stuff, can't I? Neither of us have got enough to buy things with our rubies. Green 2 and a purple is a suggestion from me. Yeah. Maybe I should have done that. I can always change my mind, can't I? What did I buy? A yellow and a blue. I'll stick with it. We'll see how we go. So I will pop these back into the bag. Blue and a green. So blue 2 and a green 2. Okay. Blue 2, green 2. That is 18. And some nice chips. Yep. All those are back in. Ratstone, yes. Pass the start player. Team Marty will start. Advance the round marker to round 4. When nothing happens, the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to get some white ones back into our bag. But I'll look that up in round 6. How many white ones do we get in our bag? But for now, it's round 4. And we're ready, right? What's the fortune teller saying? It's got to be a blue sooner or later. Here we go. So this is like the thumbnails. The thumbnails for the videos look pixelated. Is that before you're clicking on them? Is YouTube pixelating them? They don't look like it from my studio, but it will show a different display for you. Maybe they're being compressed or something. Is the video okay though? Is like the video quality okay? Can you read all the text and stuff? It's alright on my screen, but I don't know. My screen is before it gets sent up into the air and through YouTube's compression and stuff. So it's the thumbnails look a bit weird. I'll have to look into that then. Maybe I'm making them... I might be making them too small or too big, and then when you shrink them down, they look all funny. But I'll have a look at that. So our fortune teller card, beginning with the start player, if you stopped without an explosion, draw up to 5 chips from your bag and put one of them in your pot. The video sets itself at 240 and you have to increase the resolution. That's frustrating. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it's getting HD. But it just like, it automatically puts it on 240 for you for some reason. Thumbs pixelated too. I wonder why it's doing that. Because they look fine before the stream, and then it seems when the stream actually happens, they go a bit funny. So, what am I thinking about? We haven't got a power. We've got that card. So, extra incentive to not explode this round. Rat tails. Team Marty still gets a rat tail. And so he's going to start on space 8 here. And I think we're going to go into Team Marty's potion phase, which we could actually... You can see it clearly enough there, can't you? Like I could be doing these at the same time, I suppose. And while I'm waiting for your response, I could be doing mine. As long as I don't get my hands mixed up. I'll have one hand in each pot. So Team Marty, you start out with a white 1, and I'm going to assume... You've got no flask. I'm going to assume you keep going. We can always do a take back if you didn't. But I'll do a few for you before... until a decision comes up. Here we go. So you've got a blue 2 there. And your choice is... Would you like to put out a green or a white? I assume the green. Or maybe you want to put it back so it comes out later. In the meantime, I've drawn a green 1. Disappointingly early. There's my black, disappointingly early. But they're not white. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom! There is my blue 4. And now I've got to decide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. I'm tempted to just do blue and try and get the choice of something nicer. So I'll just do this while I remember I've got a power. 1. I will put that out. So you're going to take the green. White goes back in. And let's keep drawing for you. There's the black, which not very far, but it's further than mine. So that is a droplet. White 1. White 1. White. Oh, yes, you weren't at 4 yet. It's just like, am I just going like mad? 2, 4, 5. You're at 5. Well, 16 money in total. Would you like to keep going? I haven't drawn a single white token yet. But yep. Now I've done it because it's just going to be 2, 3, 2, and then that's it, isn't it? I haven't got a flask to speak of. I've got a blue 1, So I get a choice of whether I want to put this one out. No, it's a white one. No, I don't want to do that. Team Marty, would you like to continue? Stick? Okie doke. Oh yeah, because there's the extra incentive, isn't there, of drawing up to 5 chips and putting one out as your last thing. And you've got a blue 4 in there, haven't you? And does it activate? I assume it activates, right? I've used my blue 4 up. See, 2, 3, 4. I can't bust yet, so I should keep going. Oh, okay. Now I should probably stop. Yeah, I'll stop. Okay then, so beginning with the start player, which is Team Marty. Draw up to 5 chips from your bag. You have... I'll zoom in. And I assume... I won't do it, but I will assume that you're going to go for your blue 4, which you get the power, right? I assume you put that 4 in and then get to use its ability, so you'll get another token. I assume. So you're at least going to go 5 further. And you can't... Can you bust right now? Can you explode because of this card? Maybe not. That seems a bit harsh. That's just what the sets do. Yeah, maybe you still can bust. But actually, it doesn't matter, because with the blue, you get to decide whether you put it out or not, don't you? So if you were to only draw 4 white tokens, you could just say, no, I don't want any of them. And you're safe anyway, because you're at... Well, you're not completely safe, but you've only got 5 white. Blue 4, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pop these back in the bag. And then it's likely you're going to get one of these greens and have that as your last token and get to roll the die. Because you get to pick from 4, don't you? 2, 3. I've jinxed you, I'm sorry. There you go. There is green 2. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you want the green 2 out there. But let me know if you want the white 3. I'll leave them out just in case. So I need to do mine now. And what is it? 5 chips from your bag. Ooh. So, yellow, right? So yellow, and I draw a chip from the bag, and whatever is the value of this chip gets added. It's 1. Gets added to that. Okay. So that's something. I am 1 behind, though. Unfortunately, for the black token and the bonus die, I am 1 behind. It's not your number, is it? It's to do with the space. So, evaluating. Team Marty, you get the die. And you get 2 points. Then, evaluating things. Black, your token is furthest, so you get a droplet. I get a ruby for being second furthest. Then green, you have a green on the very end, so you get to roll the bonus die. It's a ruby. And... Yep, my green's nowhere near. Purple. I didn't take purple. Nobody took purple, did they? Rubies, you have stopped on a ruby space. Points, neither of us bust, so we each get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No rat's tails between us now. Then shop. Okay, you have 19 cash to spend in this shop, and so have I. So I'll be thinking about what I want to buy. I can start putting things back into the bags while we have a think. 19 cash. terrified that I'm going to put the chips in the wrong bag. Thanks for joining us, Jamie. I'm wishing Team Marty luck as well. How's he doing? There he is. He may well just get up if I turn the chair around, so I'll leave him there. There he is, having a nice chill. Ooh, because if we pop over to the shop, while we're having a think, blue is 19. You would like to use, oh yes, the Herb Witch. Over here, take one of the chips you just purchased a second time for free. So spending that Herb Witch's coin, because a blue 4 is 19 and it's a very, very good chip. Ooh, that is really tempting. You get 2 reds and it would potentially make the red 1 that I've got worth 4 if it comes out after that, which is nice, but surely that is way better. Like, as something to duplicate, like, yeah, nice to do it with the yellow, but surely that is the... I'm gonna just blatantly copy of you. Which one do I need to spend? Bronze. So the power that you've got left is basically ignore the explosion. Not really, you have to stop still, but you still get the full stuff, even if you explode. And I've got the make ruby things cheaper if I want them. Thanks for joining us, Jasper. Yeah, last night's Mage Knight game was fantastic. If you like Mage Knight, of course. If you didn't like Mage Knight, it would be excruciating. So it was a long one. Right. Rubies. Would you like to spend 2 rubies to advance your droplet or get your flask back? I'm tempted. Everything's back in the bags. I'll advance the round marker while I'm thinking about it. Droplet. So 2 of those to move your droplet along another one. Ooh, I don't know. I want to save up and use that Herb Witch when I've got a load of rubies stocked up, but my droplet is 5 behind. I'm gonna flask it. I'm gonna activate the flask. Okay. Done? Yes. Spent the rubies. Put the chips in the bag. Rat token back. Yes, yes, yes. So, the Fortune Teller. You got the Ultimate Edition a long time ago, but not on the table yet. Yes. Get motivated to give it a go. There's been a few people now that have said they haven't given it a go in a while or ever yet. It's taken me many goes. I've had to learn it again a lot. In this round, every orange chip is moved an extra space forward. Okay, we've each got 1. I think I've got 1 more from the die. Not a huge effect, but it could be a nice deal breaker. So we've had that. There are no rat's tails between us now, so no extra spaces from that. So it's the potion phase. So I think, for now, I know I'm first, but we might as well carry on with the delay. I should have thought of this round 1. So there's your green 2. 2, 3, 4. I'm not even going to ask you, really, if you want me to continue. There's your black, though. I assume you would want me to carry on from that. There's a white 2. I'll keep going until a decision point for Team Marty. Here we go. So, with your blue 2, you get 2 tokens to pick from, and you have got white 3 or green 1. I'll let you choose, but I think I know what you're going to go for. I've got a blue 4 to decide on. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go for next blue 4. So these go back in the bag, and then I draw 4 more out. Yeah, everyone's got a shocking shelf of shame, I assume. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go for the blue 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will choose orange because it goes further. Okay, green. Yep. Yeah, I'm doing that right. And then picking as normal, we have white 1. So we're at white 4 now, up to 5. Okay. You're at 6. And at 18, you're at 19 last turn. I'm the devil on your shoulder though, saying, "Oh, push it." You see? Yeah, I'm just making sure I haven't zoomed in to only look at one of our screens while we're still going. There's my black. For once, I was tempted to buy a black token so that I might have a better chance of moving it along. Yeah, it's tough because it's a fair bit of money still, isn't it? 18. Do I want to use my flask right now, when potentially all of my good stuff has already come out? And that is only 3 white, isn't it? And at worst comes to worst, I could use the witch to stop me busting. Yes, Team Marty, give your captain some feedback. What do you reckon? It's a precarious position there. I would zoom you in, but I don't want to zoom out of mine and have some potential impropriety come across. I'll draw a 1 for the yellow, so it goes 1 further. What could be in the bag? White 3. So you've got 3 more white things in there. But assuming you've bought 2 things every... Yeah, there's 3 blue 4s, right? Because you got 1 upgraded. And you bought 2 just. So there's 3 chips. Well, actually, only 1 of those chips would make you bust. Yeah, both 2s are out. 2 of your 4 1s are out. But you've got like 3 blue 4s in there. If that helps. Got a blue 1, so decide if I want this one to come out. Nope. Yeah, and you'd be looking over at me now and seeing that I'm at 5. 1 more. I'm at 6. I'm gonna stop, I think, unless you whiz round. So 1 more. It is. Big shake for suspense. It's gonna be a 1. So you're at 18 and 5. There's still those blue 4s in there. Like, I got very lucky with that turn. First chip draw, getting that blue 4. And through drawing 4 chips out and having a look through them, found the other 2. Whereas, yeah, I'm sure you've got 3 as well in your bag. And what are you at now? 3, 4, 5, 7. So yeah, there are 2 more chips in there that could bust you. Would you like to continue? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, you are on 7. You do, though. Remember that worst comes to worst. Maybe you'd want it still for later, but you've got the last herb witch to use if you were to explode. Another? It's gonna be... There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bad for me, but surely you're going to find your others now. There you are. I'm going to assume go for another blue 4, right? Pop these back. And surely, I don't know if there's more than 4 chips in your bag, to be honest. There is. There's your other one. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to assume you wanted this chain. And then this is all the chips in your bag. So, would you like I'm going to assume that you want a green one and get the extra roll of the die. Or actually, the orange would move you 2. Or you could just say no to all of it and get the ruby. And have 24 money. Yeah, I'll take the ones off the table that would bust you. But, yeah, green gives you the roll. But orange would move you 2, so you'd be at 25.9 ruby instead of 24.8 ruby. So you'd be at 25.9, no ruby if you use the green. Orange. There you go. And you've seen you've got 3 in your bag. Would you like to keep going? You got a 33% chance. Those are good odds. 33% chance of not busting. So who's first? It's me and 5, isn't it? So I can think about. No, can't tempt you. I think that's the wise move. So I've got. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about buying when we need to do the die. You've definitely gone further than me. I chickened out. I think I probably should have used the flask when that 3 came out. You get the die, 2 points. Then powers, black, for once, mine is further along, so I get the droplet, but that does give you a ruby. Then green. Neither of us have got a green power. Neither of us have bought a purple, I don't think. You are at a ruby space. I am at a ruby space. 33% is brilliant compared to, some people have got 1 in a million chances. 33% is amazing compared to that. Neither of us bust, so 9 points for Team Marty, 7 points for me. Can you see it all? 9 points for Team Marty, 26. What was it for me? 7. Put me on 23. So I've got a rat's tail at last. Then shop. So with 22, and you've got 25. With 22, what would I like? Get another blue 4 and an orange. It's tempting now to just buy loads of blue 4s. Other 4s would be nice. Let's see. 22. Does anything cost 13? No. Unfortunately. It'd be nice to. If you go purple, you really want to stockpile purples, don't you? So I could get a blue 4 and a pumpkin, just because it costs 3. I could get like a yellow 1. What costs 12? Nothing. I've got something that costs 14. I could get a yellow 2 and a green 2. These 4 jumps seem crazy. I'm gonna go for a pumpkin that now we definitely know a special power is not coming out for, and a blue 4. Am I? Yeah, odd numbered. I'm first, aren't I? Team Marty, you are going for blue 4. I don't blame you. They're amazing. And a 1 red. Yep. Done. Okie doke. Where are we? We've bought the chips. Would you like to spend 2 of your rubies for a droplet or a flask? And I will restock the bags while you let me know. It's on your wish list now, Monica. It is a very good game. I think this has gone very nicely so far, that we've all had a chance. It's gone a little bit wrong for you guys a little bit sometimes, but not majorly. There are some times where you just start out later on in the game and it's just 3, 5, 7 on the whites, and you're just like, oh, I haven't even had a chance. But that's the nature of push your luck games. Sometimes that can happen, right? So +1 flask, yes. Flask has been gotten. I haven't messed up the bags. Terrified of doing that every time I refill them back up. So I'm just going to put them all in one bag and ruin it. Returning chips to the bag. Ratstone back. Start player marker. over to Team Marty. How many white chips do we get in our cups? That is the special thing of this round. Okay, we've done rat's tails. Where is that thing? Turn indicator. Just one. So we have one for me, one for Team Marty. Oh, they're right there. Why didn't I just take the ones that I put on there? Okay, we've had that. It's time for the fortune teller. What's she telling us today? In this round, you may put the first white chip you draw back in the bag. Great if it's the 3. So rat's tails. We pop over to the scoreboard. I am 1 rat's tail back, so I get to put my marker out. And then it's the potions phase, so I will keep starting off with Team Marty until you get to a decision. Ooh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your blue 4. Green... Oh, yeah, you pick 4 things. It's not green 1 next. 2, 3, 4. So, there you go. You've got green 1, green 2, blue 2, white 1. I will go with mine while I wait. There we go. Another lucky draw. 4 right off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will choose the blue 1. Give me a bit of a choice. Ben reckons the blue 2. Yeah, it gives you some choice, doesn't it? Do I want a white 1? No. So you're taking the blue 2. You're 15 already. So they go back in the bag, and then you get 2 out to pick from. You've got red 1, white 2. Oh, actually, yeah, you could put that white 1 back in the bag if you want to. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, would you like to do that? I will retroactively do it, because I should have asked you. Oh, there's my blue 4. I have had special magnets embedded into my fingertips and the blue 4 chips. There we go. As if to prove it. There's my next one. I'm going to put the white 1 back. What would you like out of the red 1 or the white 2 or neither? I suppose you want... I suppose the red 1, right? You don't want nothing. You've used the white chip power. I need to choose from here. Well, I want the green to stay in, right? And hopefully come out as late as possible. Green. Can't do anything about that. White 2. So that's my first... Oh, I'll put that back. There we go. So we've both used that. I'll get rid of it. Red. Yep, I'm not doing anything. Red 1 goes out. Then next up, white 1. Do you want to use your flask on that white 1? There we go. Blue 4. Your choice is... I am going to assume that you're going to want this blue 4. You've also got a white 2, 3, and 1. I'm just on normal drawing, aren't I? Blue 1. So I can decide whether I want to put this back or not. I will put it back because it's a white 1. Do it over my thing so you can see that I'm actually drawing these things. There's the white 1 right back. Blue 1. So decide if I want this one to come out or not. White 2. I don't. Blue 4. I would agree with that. So you're up to 19 already. And then we've got... Oh no, you choose, don't you? I was going to say, white 3. You have got, well, you've got a couple of whites in there, but you've also got another blue 4 and the black 1. But I suppose it's better for black to come out later, right? Or is it better to come out now rather than potentially not at all? I'll let you decide. See, I've already had that blue power, I'm sure. So I'm at 2 on the old white chips. I've overtaken you briefly, but you're about to get another 4, aren't you? I've got a yellow 1, so I need to draw something out and add its value. Here's where the 3 would come in handy, but it's always a 1. Blue 4. 2, 3, 4. Pop all these back in. And then another choice. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have got black 1, yellow 1, green 1. I get white, so I'm on white 3. Don't have to worry necessarily about that. Yeah, it's speed quacks. It's picking up speed now, isn't it? Doing it at the same time. Hopefully it's okay to... Is it okay to follow watching as I'm doing this? I don't want it to get harder to follow, but... You know, in the real game, you'd be doing it simultaneously and not really concerned what other people are doing right now unless it particularly matters for what's... For whether you want to push, whether you want to be the last one going. So you're going for black. Off your blue 4 draw. And then I assume you're going to keep going because you can't bust. You've got white 1. That puts your total up to 2. Still can't bust. White 1. I did tell Rach that this would take 2 hours as well. I think it's going to take a bit longer than that, but I don't think too much longer. We need time to watch Taskmaster. White 2, so that puts you at 5. Green is your second to last right now. Ooh, what's that put? That puts me at 6. What have I got in here? I've got my 3. I've got another blue 4, haven't I? I'm sure we've got the same number of blue 4s. Did I buy one last? I think I bought 1 and a pumpkin, right? I'm going to use my flask. Pop that back in. 2 rubies down the drain. Not if this pays off, though. I've got... That's the same thing, isn't it? That's what I just put back. I'm going to... Am I going to push? I'm on 6. All my 1s have come. There's only 1 chip in here out of maybe 5 or so that would bust me. I'm going to push it. You've got to push it, haven't you? Not what I was hoping for. I'm going to push it and I might just have to use the witch's power early. That's something that you want to have for like round 9, right? What have I got? I think I've got like something like a 25% chance. I think all of your blue 4s have come out. I'm pretty sure we've both got 4 of them. That's why I'm tempted to keep going, just because I know there's a blue 4 in here. But is that going to get me much further? Yeah, I want you to decide, because we're neck and neck right now. But you have got your flask. If you want to use that, pop that 2 right back in there. My black's come out further. Get a droplet, but you're going to get a ruby. Nice to see the Taskmaster love. It is amazing. Yeah, and they are all, I think, all on YouTube as well for the rest of the world. They're on all 4 in the UK. If you haven't seen it, and maybe you've heard something about it and you think, maybe I won't like that, give it a go. There's a good chance that you will. Even if you're thinking, I don't know some of these people, or I don't like some of these people. Good chance being on Taskmaster might change your mind a bit. Oh, I've got to push, right? Even if it's daft. I'm behind, I've got to push. There's my white 3. Never push. Okay, I am going to use the witch's power. I have to stop still, but I still get all the rewards as if I didn't bust. So this witch is gone. We've both used that witch. And there we go. On Series 4. Series 4 is a great one. Loads of the early ones are like loads of Taskmaster's great. Even if I'm saying like I don't like a particular series as much, it's only because particular ones are really amazing. But I particularly love Bob Mortimer. He's the reason that I watched it in the first place. Because I will give things a go if Vic or Bob are on. And I don't think I was that into it the first episode that I watched. The first episode of Series 5 is the one that Bob's on. But from the second episode on, hooked, went back, watched all the other ones, watched it all since. Watched the American version of it. Disappointing. Watched the New Zealand version of it. Fantastic. So, yes, I have bust, but I will get my rewards. So, furthest along is me, because I pushed. That isn't why I pushed, but I suppose that is a bit of a benefit. I get to push my droplet forward. Not to worry, because it's still way forward. Powers. Black, I get my droplet, you get a ruby. Green, yours is second to last, so you get to roll the die. And you get a point. Can you see it all? And nobody's got purple. Rubies, neither of us stopped on a ruby space. Points, 9 for you, 10 for me. It's caught up a little bit there. I know there's a rat's tail still. Yeah, the song with Bob is just so good. It's crazy. The idea that you would sing that to a perfect stranger. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. You can just see the clips of that song, or like Bob Mortimer's best bits. But as part of the episode as well, it's so good. A Nish and Mark's song really fits in with like their roles of that series. It's brilliant, Taskmaster. If you're just baffled as to what I'm talking about, people watching back that haven't seen it, give it a crack. Definitely worth it. Point shop. Okay, so Team Marty. I've given the wrong person the point from the green die. Have I given anyone the point from the green die? Did I give it to me? Okay, so I am back one, and blue is forward one. Thank you. Okay, sorted it now. Thank you. So, Team Marty, you have 25 money. I have 26. It was worth busting for and using the whole witch for that one more money to spend. So with 26, just looking at buying another blue 4 and something else. The blue 4 power is amazing. It's not me first anyway, is it? Thanks for watching, Ben. And yes, go Team Marty. You can do it. Hi, Monica. You've missed me busting and wasting the witch's power to stay in this round and keep the points going. And Team Marty has fared pretty well. All the blue 4s. I was searching for mine still. So you've got 25 money to spend in the shop here. 25 is a bit of a weird one with these totals, and the values of everything is completely different. Like the other side of this purple that I saw is super expensive. 16 for this one, but receive as many victory points as the value indicated on the next placed chip. Gotta be blue again. Yeah. It seems like just a race to keep buying blues. And then you can buy a 6, which is a red. Like my extra 1 here isn't going to amount to anything because I haven't got an extra 1 to spend. I'm tempted to get a green instead because I would like the bonus roll potential. But maybe in these last couple of rounds I'll get a better red. And then maybe they'll all be worth 4. I've got 1 already. I don't even know if I've got more than that. So you're going 4. A blue 4. Come on, there's got to be more in here. A blue 4 and a red 1. There's more in the bag, I think. If we run out, but I think they're just hiding underneath. Definitely going to buy a blue 4. And yeah, yellow's not been as exciting for me as I was hoping for. Blue 4 and definitely not a pumpkin. I'll try and be a bit different rather than just completely copy off you and have a green instead. So shop rubies. Would you like to spend rubies on your droplet? Because you've already got your flask. I'm going to pack these tokens away. Back into the bags for round 7. Hi, Ryan. I haven't... Oh, you're having green rather than red. Sorry, I didn't see that. I will pop a red back. Oh, so I have copied off you. I'll pop a red back and grab you a green. The Alchemists. I haven't tried out the Alchemists yet, although I hope to in the near future. Now that when I was offered it and I didn't have Quacks anymore, and then someone suggested this play along playthrough, I thought, great idea. And as it turns out, it is a great idea. Maybe should arrange beforehand next time to make sure somebody wants to be like in charge of the teams. But Georgina, you're doing a fantastic job. And I've got a good feeling you're going to win. So, the less you listen to me, the more chance you've got of winning. So, what am I doing? We've spent rubies. We need to put the chips back in the bag. Rat's down next to the flask, past the start marker. Me now, isn't it? Round 7. Nothing else happens in the rounds. And... oh, it makes the game more thinky and asymmetrical. Well, that's cool. Be interesting adding more to it, because the Herb Witches is nice. It's just more variability. And it's nice having these witch powers that are pretty powerful, one-offs. But it doesn't like change the game massively. I had a quick glance at the description for Alchemist, and it sounds pretty cool. It's like treating people, right? Why have I got my hand in the bag? It doesn't need to be there yet. Round. Fortune Teller. The threshold for white chips is raised in this round from 7 to 9. Yeah, go Georgina. Then... why do I keep forgetting? Rat tails. I am 1 rat tail behind. So I get my rat tail marker again. And then it is time to go. And we will start again with Team Marty until you get to a decision point. But you've got 9 on the white chips to get to. You've got a decision straight away. You've got a blue 2 there. Would you like the black 1 or the blue 4? I think I know what you're going to go for. But I will let you choose, of course. There we go. Boom. Blue 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go for blue 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll go for blue 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go for blue 1. And do I want to put the white 1 out? No, I don't. Team Marty, you're going for blue 4. 2, 3, 4. I thought you might. Choice of 4. You've got 1, 2, 3. The black really wants to come out. You've got white 1, white 2, green 1, black 1. Yeah, I thought that looked cool as well. I would like to have covered that. Maybe when the final version comes out. There's still chance. When it gets delivered, right? Paris looks cool as well. There's an expansion for that on the way soon. I haven't played that yet. Oh, I need to pick 4 things, don't I? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not tokens that you want to come out early, really. I'm kind of in the same boat, though. I don't want my... yeah, you're going to go for green as well. Yeah, maybe I should have kept them in the sets. Blue Book 1 is... it does just seem better than everything else. I was just shuffling them around and flipping them about a bit. Apart from, like, orange, which you don't. Your blacks come out, unfortunately. But... your crazy blue 4. 3, 4. I assume you're going to go for blue 4. Well, I'll as always let you decide. White 2, nothing I can do about any of that, but the threshold, there's my black. It's come out further, so droplet again. But it does keep giving you rubies. White, orange 1, white 1, I'm at 3 out of the threshold of 9. Blue one, so I get to decide. Do I want this one? What is it? Yes, I'll have an orange one. Back to Team Marty. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting to pick again. From all of this business. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll decide for you. You're going to go for blue 4, surely. And you've got another one in there. Yeah, I kind of think, like, I like the craziness that's happening. But yeah, I think that maybe if they were all the set 1 books, it would fit better. But I think, like, it's got, like, more complicated Herb Witch ones. I think almost entirely. And then there's blue 4. So I've picked blue 4s for you there, because I assume that's what you'd go for. And I assume you're just going to go for green 1 there as well. But I will I'll let me know. What am I at? 4 on the white, and I can't, reverse an explosion anymore. I don't know if I've got... I think there's a blue 4 left in here. I've got a yellow, so I need to draw a token and add that to it. 1, 2, 3 added to it. There's the white 3. And yeah, there's no downside of blue book 1, is there at all? 1. Yeah, we haven't really bust, have we? I think we've both... Well, you bust very early on when it didn't really matter. And I did later on and had to use the witch. Got a blue 1. I don't want that white one. There is 3 white ones and a green 1. Is your choice right now. Got a green one, so it's tempting to stop there, but I could at least do 1 more and I'd still get to roll the die. I don't want that. So now I have to think, do I want to stop here? 28 money, 11 points, a ruby. I've got no chance of busting, but, the green is there and I'd like for its ability to go. White 1. You're going to go for the white 1. Yeah, you haven't drawn any white yet, so you might as well. And then we've got green 2. I'll assume you want to keep going, but maybe you'd want to stop. Oh, there's a green 1 there. So if you stop now, you'd get 2 extra rolls on that die. You're at 26 money, 10 points. Although, you can look over that I'm on 29 and 11 points, not massively further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I can't bust just yet. There we go. That's what I've been waiting for. You're going to go up to 5. Let's just do my thing. Is that... Okay, that's the bag. So, what am I at with whites? 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I could just go for 3 and then just say I'm stopping. 32 money, 13 points and a ruby. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Then I know everything would make me bust in here. Georgina, you are, well, Team Marty. Gonna just keep going up to 5. Yes. 1. The die rolls early on. Quite nice. Disappointing getting the points in the die rolls, though, isn't it? In orange, you got your red. You got your white 1. You're at 3 now. A lot of chips come out of here. You're at 6. The threshold is 9, though. Remember this round, thanks to the fortune teller, so you're still safe. What would you like to do? I would keep going. And not even in my make you go further persona. There's a green. You still can't bust. Actually, aren't you safe for ages? Because 3, 4, 5, 6. And there isn't a 3 in here anymore. You're only at risk if a 2 comes out, really, I suppose. But maybe you'd want to stop for the ruby or something. And you've got your flask. You're at 30 money, 12 points and a ruby. Might as well just zoom in on you. Ryan wants to go. I haven't bust, have I? Have I bust? Oh, the threshold, if you haven't seen it, the threshold for white chips is 9 this round, rather than 7. Yeah, you'd get 2 rubies. You get a ruby now and a ruby for your black chip if you stop. Oh yeah, my chat's a bit delayed as well. Let's add into the delay of it. Because the actual window over here... The actual streaming software's got chat on it, but got even more of a delay. Yeah, you'd get 2 rubies and your green is last, but your green would still be second to last if you drew another one. You just might not get the ruby. I'm definitely stopping. That's where I've ended up. Yeah, you'd get the dice roll from the green. Still, if it's the second to last. You're going to go on? So it's not going to be... Well, it might be ruby. You might draw 1. You got 2. So you're at 8 out of the 9. You've got your flask. You've got the witch that lets you ignore you exploding. You're currently at 31 money, 13 points. And everyone watching, by the way, if you've joined us later on, we're playing a game, me versus all of you, Team Marty. Georgina, GEM in the chat there, is your team captain. He's making the final decision, but if you'd like to chip in as well, another, feel free to do so. You've got a white one. And I'll tell you, because you'd be able to feel, right? You've got 2 chips in here. So one of them's the white 2, one of them isn't. I don't know what that is. It's a chip that does something. I don't think it's a blue 4. No, because you've drawn 5, and I think we've got the same amount. So we're at the same... Oh, you're 1 space behind me. I am the same spot, but I'm at the ruby bit. So if you push, you could maybe get in front of me. Maybe get a ruby if it's a 1. You've got your flask, you've got your witch, but maybe you want to save those for a scarier round. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ryan, that as someone who wasted their witch power in like round 5 or 6 or something. Yeah. Stick. Okie doke. So we've got for the die, I'm further along. I get a pumpkin. Thank you. Green is too far back for both of us, so they don't kick off. Black, I get the droplet, you get the ruby. Nobody's bought a purple. Rubies, I am on a ruby space. You're not. Points, it is 13 for each of us, so that's 49 and 46. 2 rat's tails in between us now. And then shop. So we each have 32 to spend. I can go first, but if you know what you want. you can let me know. Blue 4 and something else. There's at least a blue 4. There's one. It's basically you blue 4 and then whatever else you want to buy. So I've got 13 I can spend. So I couldn't have a 4 there. Couldn't have a 4 anywhere for 13. Could have a red 2 though, which could help. I've got 2 rat tails, so this would be worth 3 as it came out. I'm going to go for the red though. Maybe this will come out first and make my... I think I've only got 1 other red, but it could make it worth 1 more. That's what I'm going to go for. Blue and red. You're going to go for blue 4, of course. Yep, there is 1. I'm sure there's some in the bag too. So yeah, same as me, you've got 13 to spend, which is not ideal. Again, 1 more would be great for a 4 green or a 2 yellow and a red, which is a 2, right? Did I get a 2? We can find out quite easily because it's the only red in there. Yes, I did. So that's buying. I've got rubies. I'm going to spend my rubies. Am I going to build up more rubies at this point? I'm going to use the witch that lets me get a discount on rubies and get my flask back because it costs 1 rather than 2. Get my flask back and get a droplet. Team Marty, you've got 1 ruby. So that's not going to be an issue. So you still have the prevent you exploding witch. A lot of chips now. Slide all of this back. Don't lose anything. Don't knock them all off the table. Oh, because I've had to make the decision first. I haven't gotten all of this ready in advance. There we go. Okay, you're all back in the bag. We've spent. Ratstone's back. Fast start player marker. New round. No special power for the round. Well, from the start of the round. But the fortune teller, the player with the fewest victory points, get a green 1 chip. Okay. It's something, isn't it? It's a chip that isn't white. I'll take it. I prefer a cool power though. So nothing from the fortune teller. We've got 1 more opportunity next round though. Rat's tails. I'm 2 behind. Zoom in. Don't know if you can see the rat's tails that far out. 2 there. So I'm starting for the first time in the game, I think. I'm starting 1 ahead. And there we are with drawing, aren't we? So, Team Marty. I was drawing them out as if you'd drawn a blue, but you have drawn a blue now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight away, here is your decision. It's likely that both of us start off with decisions. Shall I just assume if a blue 4 comes out, you're going to draw the blue 4? I'm going to assume that for this, because you've drawn greens and a white. I'll present you with a more interesting decision. Would you like this blue 4, this blue 4, or this blue 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is the way it's just going to go for both of us then. Yeah, I think I'd like to do this again, but I will definitely not include this blue book. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a blue 4. Shake them about. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a blue. So you've got white 1, white 2, green 2, orange 1. And I'll make a start. Come on, blue 4. White 1? That's not what we're meant to start with. Why aren't my finger magnets working? White 1? Here we go. 2, 3, 4. So not as good a start as I've been used to lately. But I'm not even going to draw 4 out. I'm going to stop drawing. 2, 3, 4. Put that blue 4 out. Shake them about. 2, 3. My next blue 4 hasn't come out. But a blue 1 has come out. Shake them about. Go for orange. Okie doke. I've stopped my big chain of blue 4s. You got 4 in a row. Normal drawing. Back for Team Marty. There's a green. But you got plenty more coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a blue 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4 chips for you. You've got 2 white ones, or you've got a red one and a green one. Back over to me in the meantime. While Team Marty has a think. Here's some more pumpkins. I got a pumpkin from a die roll, didn't I? Yeah, you probably want red, just because green's better later, isn't it? And red don't matter. Although you have got the red 2. You'd like the red 2 to come out first, I suppose. 3, 4. I'm going to go with the blue 4 there. I've caught up. 2, 3. I'm not going to carry on. I'm just going to use the blue 4. Draw again. Exhausting putting all these back and drawing them again and again. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go for... Yeah, I don't want the red 1 to come out, do I? I'm going to go for orange 1. I've got a red 2 in here somewhere. So I would like that. You're going to go for red. Oh, yeah. I have stopped with my blue chain, so you're going to go for red. These going to go back in. You're going to go again. You've got no white chips as of yet. I jinxed it for you. So there's one. You're welcome. There's another one. Only at 3, though, so no risk of busting. You're at 4. I assume you want me to carry on, but I'll wait for your confirmation. You're at 4 on the white, so you still can't bust. There's my black. So if your black comes out later than that, you get the droplet. I'm on 4 myself now. Oh, and by the way, I've carried on with all of this. Let me know if you'd like me to reverse all of that. You've got your flask, haven't you? You could have put that 2 back. Let me know if you'd like me to do that, because I'm thinking about doing that myself. I haven't, because I've drawn another token. Would you like to use your flask? To have used your flask for that too, when I didn't ask you? Or would you like to just carry on now? I'm doing a little wave. I'm shaking the bag up and trying to get a token out of the blue 1. It is a white 1. I don't want that. Is there a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There's a blue 4 in here, right? There we go. Finger magnets are working again. Use the flask on the 2. No problem. I'm going to go for the blue 1. Bear with me. Blues on blues on blues. A little bag wave. Yes, I will go for the yellow 1. I need to draw something else out of here and add its value to the yellow 1. I'm hoping now for the white 3. It's just a green 1. That moves 1 forward. And then, yes, we will use your flask when I should have asked you. Set you back here. There we go. There's your blue 4. And you've got a choice of white 2, white 2 or 3 white 1s. Oh no, the blue chips have finally failed. I'm not at risk, am I? I think now I am. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 2 in here. There's a 2, a 1, and a 3. There's a lot of things that aren't that. And I'm tempted to go further, but I would get a ruby and stuff. I'm going to stop. White 1. I don't blame you. You've got white 1. That's still only 2, though. Green 2. White 1. I'm assuming keep going. Let me know if you would have stopped at one of these points. There's your black, so it is further. Another white, so you're at 4. You're at 6. Would you like to stop there or continue? I've got a feeling I'm going to stop. Not that I'm going to tell you that. If I draw anything that's not a 1, that's not the 2 or the 3, though, I could get 35 money, 15 points. But I get a ruby here. Continue. You've got... There's your red 2. And my reds never came out either. There's them reds in there. Well, red 1 did come out and I sent it back. There you go. Blue 2. Happy times are here again. Well, you don't have to put either of those out. You could stay... Oh, you've actually got a nice choice there. What are you at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can't go for the 3. Oh, actually, it's not really much of a choice, is it? Would you like another money and a point? Or would you like a... You can choose to put both of them back and have the 32-13 ruby. Either you can't... I'm going to be further, I think. Unless you pop them both back and draw again. You could always do that. I'm having to think about what I'm going to buy. The red power is like... Every red chip you draw is worth as much as the value indicated on the highest red chip you've drawn so far. So, you want to draw the higher ones that you've got first. So if you've already got a 2 in your pot, all of your 1s become 2s. If you've got a 4 in your pot, all your reds are 4s. So the way that it's come out, unfortunately, the 1 came out early and then the 2 later. If it had been the other way around, the 1 would have become a 2. Put them both back and draw again. Here we go. So on this, it is a green 1. Would you like to carry on? I'll show you both of us. You are 1 behind me. And you've got 6 on the white. But you do have the witch that lets you ignore that. One more. It is your white 3. So that goes into your overflow pot, right? I can't quite remember how that works because I didn't used to have the expansion. Where's the bit that tells me what the over... Oh, here we go. If you reach the final field or move past it, place the chip on the 33. And then further chips just go into the bowl. Okay, and you get points for them. Use your witch, and yes, I think that's a good idea, because you don't want to give up 35 money or... I don't know why that's on mine. You don't want to give up 35 money or 15 points. So, it is... if you use the witch, you are eligible for the die too. So, you win that. You get a ruby. Then powers, black, you're further along, so you get a droplet. I get a ruby. Green, yours is second to last. I don't have one anywhere near, so you get a ruby. You get a die again, which is a point. Then nobody's bought a purple. I'm at a ruby, so I get one. Points, it is 14 for me, 15 for you. So flip your seal over to 50. I'm losing ground. And yeah, you've got 15 big ones to spend. Not 15, 35. I've got 33. I'm going for... Well, you get to choose first, actually. If this should happen to be the last blue 4, let me find the bag. I believe you get first dibs. It's not the last one, though. There's more in here. So while you're thinking, so with 33, I'm going to buy a blue 4 and a green 4. Yeah, buy the flask. Do I want to buy a droplet? Rubies are a point each at the end of the game. No, pairs of rubies are a point each. I think I'm going to buy a droplet, though. You're going to get a blue 4, for sure. But yeah, the yellow 2. What? Yeah, you've got 16 left. So you could get a yellow. Who was that G bought? Yellow 2. Yeah, I could have bought a yellow 2. I went for a green 4, though, instead. For 14, just because it would move me more. And I've not been very lucky when I've drawn yellows. I've always drawn 1s. I think once I drew a 3, actually, that did push it along. So you've got blue 4, which cost you 19. You had 35 money. So you've still got 16. Which means you've got the same choice as me, really. You can have things that are less. Yeah, with 16 money. Yellow 2, green 4. Yeah. Just making sure I didn't time out Georgina then. I timed out the right one. Green 4. Oh, I could have been putting things back in bags while I'm just mucking about. Oh, I've put my blue 4 and green 4 in this plastic bag rather than my actual bag. I've been wondering where's the green 4? Why is it not coming out? It's because you put it in a polythene bag. Okay, the big one, the final round. We've done our ruby spending already. I am 3 rat's tails behind. We've both got flasks. We're both in business. We've both got bags full of blue 4s. Here we go. So, the fortune teller card. Choose. Take 4 points or remove a white one from your bag. Oh, actually, this is before rat tails, isn't it? So if I take the points, I don't get the rat tails. Unless you take the points as well. I think I've got to take the points. Team Marty, what would you like? I'm not showing you. I'm showing you the shop. The fortune teller. Take 4 points or remove a white 1 from your bag. I've taken the points. You're still in the lead by 1, Team Marty. But so you could remove a 1, or you could keep your 4-point lead, 5-point lead. Team Marty, you can all have a say. Points. Seems the consensus. Yeah, white 1 doesn't seem like a big enough deal right now. If that had come out right at the beginning, I'd have probably gone for it. Especially because I wouldn't have been so behind on points as well. I'm still 3 behind. So, pop that there. So we've had you. That's all of the fortune telling done now. And yeah, we're in the final round. What are all these symbols for the end of the game? During the potion phase, we've each got to do chips at the same time until you want to stop. Well, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a good try. This is where my brain's going to break. So I'm not going to shout, sir. You're welcome to do that at home. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got a blue 4. I've got a measly white 1. So I'll give you your blue 4 choice. I'm gonna say, if the blue 4 results in you getting a blue 4, let's just say you chose the blue 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still powers, isn't it? This is still like the same draw, technically. Especially since greens you want later anyway. Let's just do the old-fashioned way of just do it until there's a decision. There's a blue 4. What have we got now? 6 or 7 of them. Okay. So I would assume red 1. You've got red 1, black 1, green 2, white 1. Now let's go for my second chip of the game. I'm not going to put that white 1 back. White 2? Oh no. It's so early for you. I'm gonna put you back. Black 1. Brian reckons. A blue 1. I don't feel like I've gone very far. Red 1. I'll put back and hope it comes out after the 2. I suppose. Come on. Come on, blue 4s. You're in here somewhere. There we go. Black 1. Yeah, because moving your droplet isn't really important right now, is it? So going for the black 1. I'm deciding on this. I'll go for a blue 1. Oh, let's keep going for Team Marty until you've got a decision, which is coming up. You've got a blue 2. Do you want the green 1 or the white 1? I would assume the green, but I'm not going to assume for you in round 9. White 1. Black 1. My black 1 came out earlier. Could be a point. If that makes the final difference. Not drawing all my blue 4s paid off. Turning my finger magnets off worked wonders. I've got another blue 4. Green 1. 3, 4. Red 2. Here we go. So now I've only got 1 of the red, but if it comes out, it'll go 1 further. Green 1. Yep, still at a white count of 0. Green 1. Blue 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I assume you'd go for the red 1 out of there. You've got red 1, white 1, white 1, white 3. Ooh. I can't bust. I can very easily bust now, but so what are the points at the end? Like, you can buy a victory point with 5 coins as often as you'd like, or 2 rubies. This is why we're meant to be going at the same time, isn't it? Going for red 1, I assume. But I now am in a position where surely I have to push my luck or I will lose the game. Red 1. Yeah, it would have been nice to do 1 at a time, but the blue 4s just throwing me off. You got white 1 at last. White 3. You're only at 4 though. And do you want to use your flask? If I bust, that's terrible. But I've still got so many blue 4s in here. Dutch blades, yes. It's addictive, isn't it? Finally, there's a blue 4. Flask. Good call. I'm going to go for the green 4. There's all these things that aren't white in there. I'm going to flask the 3. Yeah, I flasked instantly, didn't I? There's your red 2. There's a green 2. There's a white 1, but you're still only at 2. There's a white 1. You're only at 3 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got to just push my luck and hope I don't bust. Oh, yeah, you need to pick from 4, don't you? This isn't all you've got in your bag. I'm going to assume you're going to go for the orange 1 there. You've got orange 1, white 1, 2, 3. There's still at least 2 blue 4s in here for me. I've got a blue 1. Get to decide whether this comes out. Yes. Okay. So all isn't quite lost for me just yet. It's not far off. I'll take the yellow and draw something out to boost its value. I drew out a 4. So, yeah, going for orange. So now everything you get is halved and you get victory points for it. Is that right? You're going to keep going, I assume, because you can't bust. There's a 2. So you're at 2, 3, 4, 5. You could bust now. Do you want to stop? I have to keep going, or I lose. And if I bust, I definitely lose. Yeah, chips in here don't have their effects anymore. And you... 2, does that bust me? 5, 6, 7... Yes, that busts me, unfortunately. So I believe I've lost. But... do you want to risk it? In the overflow bowl... First receive what's pictured on the spoon, 15 points and 35 money. And then you get all the chips in the overflow bowl are added together and you get half this amount in points. You don't get book actions, but white can still come out and blow you up. And everyone who has reached the last field gets to roll. You can buy a point for every 5 money. Stop? Definitely. So, the bonus die is both of us. I think unless it gives me 20 points, I don't think it's going to matter. I get 1. Team Marty, you get 1. Then blacks, you're further along, so I get a ruby. And you get your droplet moved. Greens, no. Nobody ever bought a purple. No rubies for anyone. Points. I'm going to have to just take the points, right? 15 points is better than... Well, 15 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I get 16 points. So 31... Well, 81. And then Team Marty, you get 16 as well. Plus your 35 money can get... Oh, I don't roll the die. Yes, I busted. I assume there's no reason you wouldn't want to convert all of your money into points, is there? So you would get 7 points. Is that right? 7 times 5. 35? I think so. So you get 7 more points for that. And then... that's it, isn't it? You get a point for 2 rubies, but I've got 1. So I think that's everything. It's pretty close, generally. But yeah, there is a certain point where, like happens in a lot of push your luck games, I knew in that round I just had to get really lucky by the end there. I'd already used my flask on something else, so I couldn't use it for this 3. I was like back here while Team Marty was all the way over here. No witch pennies left over. We all used those. So I believe the final score there is Team Tom sitting on 80, but Team Marty over there, a great first showing, with 93. Thrashed me. Even though I think we had neck and neck blue tokens. Well played. Good game, everyone. Yeah, this went well. Bit of uncertainty over the captain, but as soon as Georgina stepped in, it went swimmingly, I think. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this again. I don't know. We'll definitely. Yeah, I'll get hold of Alchemist at some point, and we'll do Quacks. Well, we can do Quacks with like loads more powers and stuff. But yeah, this does not feel like it's been 2.5 hours. But yeah, we'll do it with other games as well. Suggest this happened because someone suggested it. I was thinking beforehand, roll and writes, things like that. But yeah, as soon as someone suggested Quacks and I thought back to what you did in it, I thought, yeah, that could work. So if you can think of a game, I can just think of older games. So like Quadropolis might work, but I suppose it gets a bit funny then of where you want to put it. Maybe not. Yeah, if you've got any suggestions though, let me know. Comment on this video. I'm on all of the places though, social media and that. I haven't said for the entire time, but you can see it at the bottom of the screen, can't you? All of this is supported this whole week. Pretty much most of the 5 years of me doing this, it's been supported by the viewers and the patrons. Now, yeah, if you can and you would like to support me on there, patreon.com/slickerdrips. My little robot has typed it into the chat for me. Yeah, any support there would be massively appreciated and is the reason that all of this is happening and has been happening for just over 5 years now. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me for tonight. I think it was a great success, shaking the monitor with the camera on it there, and it was a lot of fun. I'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. England time for the Isle of Cats, a solo playthrough. And yeah, then there'll be some new stuff next week. There'll be a recap, there'll be a coming up, there'll be a vote on Patreon for more playthroughs and stuff. But and more live things. There'll be at least Makata next week. Maybe there'll be a Cloud Spire. I haven't quite decided yet. Definitely a Makata. But yeah, tune in on social media and stuff to see all of that things, or the Discord or the Patreon. Loads of ways you'll get all of that information. Again, thank you very much for being here, and hopefully see you soon. Bye, everyone. Oh, do you want one last look at the Marty Cam? I need to change the credits video, so it's just got the Marty Cam playing in the background, right? But thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.